In 415 CE, Alexandria was a city of brilliance and fracture. Its harbor still carried the memory of ancient learning, but its streets were tense with political and religious conflict. On one side stood Cyril, the powerful archbishop. On the other stood Orestes, the Roman governor, trying to defend civic authority in a city changing fast. Between them stood Hypatia of Alexandria, philosopher, mathematician, teacher, and one of the most respected minds of her age. Hypatia had been born around the mid-4th century, into a world where Alexandria remained a great center of scholarship. Her father, Theon, was a mathematician and astronomer, and he trained her in geometry, astronomy, and philosophy. In time, Hypatia became famous in her own right, teaching students who came from across the empire to hear her speak. Her school was shaped by Neoplatonism, a philosophy that searched for unity beneath the visible world. To Hypatia and her students, mathematics was more than calculation. Arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and music revealed patterns of order, harmony, and reason. Through numbers, shapes, and the motion of the heavens, the mind could rise toward truth. That vision made her classroom unusual in a divided city. Pagans, Christians, and others could gather around the same questions. What is wisdom? What is virtue? What holds the universe together? Hypatia's authority came not from armies or office, but from intellect, discipline, and trust. But outside her school, Alexandria was becoming dangerous. The old pagan traditions were fading. Christian institutions were gaining power. Cyril and Orestes clashed over who truly governed the city, the bishop or the Roman state. When Orestes resisted Cyril's influence, tensions turned violent. Hypatia was known to advise Orestes, and that made her a target. Rumors spread that she was preventing reconciliation between the governor and the archbishop. Some accused her of sorcery, transforming a respected philosopher into a symbol of everything her enemies feared. In March of 415, a mob seized Hypatia as she traveled through the city. They dragged her away and murdered her with shocking brutality. The woman who had devoted her life to reason was destroyed by the very forces of fear and faction she had tried to rise above. Hypatia's death did not end philosophy overnight, but it became a powerful symbol, a moment when learning, tolerance, and open inquiry were overwhelmed by political and religious violence. Her story still echoes because it asks a question every age must face. What happens to a society when power stops listening to reason?